I've got in front of me here my Nintendo 64. So if I want to play this in modern day times, you know, most of my TVs are actually displays. They're not even TVs. They had to use HDMI for connection. So the RCA cable that I would normally use, I can't use that unless I put it through an HDMI converter. But let's set this aside. I want to show you something else that is not totally unrelated. I got this box. Now right now, it is November 29th, 2025. I ordered this in October of 2024. So it's been a year and some days before it finally got here, but let's take a look at what's inside. I'm excited to get this. I was anticipating it in March, and then shipping delays happened, and here in the United States, we've had some tariff issues that are kind of sort of still going on, but there's just been lots of obstacles to getting this. So let's finally see what's here in the box. Okay, we see that there's a notice about an update that's required for a specific controller. I don't think I have that controller, so I'm not worried about it just yet. I mean, heck, now that I think about it, I might not have a controller at all. See, there's nothing else in this box. But here's the thing I've been waiting for. Now, you probably have no idea what this is. It just says it's a 3D. What is a 3D? Well, this is from the company Analogue. I've got something else from Analogue called the Analogue Pocket. So if you're familiar with that, you probably know what this is now. Nevertheless, let's get this thing open. So the box itself is wrapped in plastic, and this is how I open things like that. I could just rip the plastic off. I try to keep the plastic on my package if I can. So we're just gonna cut the plastic away where necessary. And you can see another hint of what's in here, because on the area with the barcode right there, it says Analog Console White. So yes, I got the white one. So now that the plastic is cut away, let's get this thing open. Okay, it's sliding out, and here we go. They implemented this using an FPGA. So it looks very much like the original. Let me get the original out here just so that you can see them together. So they look enough alike so that even if nobody knew that this was an emulated device, if they knew what the Nintendo 64 was, they would know what this is. So let's see what else I have in the box here. So that's where the unit was in a box. There's anything underneath here? Oh look, there is. So some type of card. I'll see what's in this in a second. Cartridge cleaner. Okay, that's important to have. Nothing else there. We've got our power supply. And there's a couple of cables in here, so let's see what these are. I can't tell if these are USB-C or HDMI cables. I guess I'll have to pop them out to figure it out. Okay, USB-C and HDMI. Okay, we got the white console, and it came with white cables. Let's take a look at the unit itself to see what ports are on here. So on the front, we have the Nintendo 64 controller port. So I do still have my Nintendo 64 controllers, so that's good to see. On the back, we've got a couple of USB ports, HDMI. There's our power. It's going to be coming in through USB-C. And what is this sticking out in the back? Is this an SD card slot? This is just to fill a space. So there is an SD card slot here. So this makes me think I can probably put games on here or software updates and whatnot. And I'd be able to put them in there and get them started. Of course, on the top, we've got our power button. We have a reset button. And it should be able to play all of my Nintendo 64 games. So I'm glad this finally came. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use it just yet. Things are really busy at work. But I'm glad they showed up after a year. I did take a little bit of time to go ahead and at least turn the thing on. As you turn it on, you have to go ahead and go through an agreement. After agreeing to that, it gives you this QR code. I'm showing you the website that it takes you to, and it's just basically telling you to go ahead and do a firmware update on your device. So here's the firmware update installing. I've sped this up, so this is running at 1,200% of the actual speed that it will be doing the update. I think this is about 4 or 5 minutes. After that, it reboots. It lets you know that you're ready to play. and it just lets you know the hotkeys for accessing the system menus. Once you get past there, it's just a matter of either putting in a cartridge or making sure that you have some games in your SD card. So I went ahead and I put in that cartridge that you saw that was inside of my Nintendo 64. So this is Conker's Bad Fur Day, I think is the name of it. The 3D will let you select various stylized looks of the game. So to the left, you can see that the CRT lines, that is an option I turn on in 3D. On the right, that's how things look on the original Nintendo 64. I won't show you any of the actual gameplay because my recording device, as it turns out, was adding a bit of a delay, so I kept missing my jumps throughout this game. But hopefully when I get out of my busy time, I can show you around this a whole lot more.